Have you ever wondered why your legs feel less strong despite maintaining a healthy diet, regular exercise, and following all the right practices? Why do staircases appear more challenging than before? Why does rising from a chair now require more effort than it once did? Is this simply the natural aging process, or could there be something else subtly causing harm? This revelation might surprise you. Sometimes the issue isn't what you're failing to do. You might already be doing something without realizing its potential danger, because they've been conditioned throughout their lives to believe that fruits are natural, wholesome, and beneficial. Most older adults unknowingly make a quiet mistake daily, completely confident they're making the correct choice. Yes, most fruits are beneficial, but here's the truth nobody discusses. Not every fruit is appropriate for older adults. In reality, certain fruits, the ones we consume weekly without hesitation, can gradually diminish leg strength, worsen joint inflammation, trigger knee discomfort, and make walking more difficult. Fruits marketed as healthy might actually be detrimental to your leg strength, balance, and mobility. You see, as we age, our bodies transform. Our metabolism decelerates, our circulation diminishes, and foods that were once beneficial can now begin to slowly harm us, particularly certain fruits. Despite their pleasant taste and harmless appearance, they contain acids, carbohydrates, and other compounds that disrupt blood sugar, irritate joints, and weaken your legs. What's worse, the damage is gradual, subtle, and invisible until you suddenly experience sharp pain in your calves, persistent aching in your thighs, or uncomfortable tightness in your knees after just a brief walk. I'll reveal the top 7 fruits that individuals over 60 should avoid today, especially if you want to protect your legs from chronic damage, pain, and deterioration. None of these fruits are safe, despite appearing innocent. Once you discover the truth, you'll never view your fruit bowl the same way again. So, if you value your strength and want to maintain legs that are strong, stable, and pain-free, stay with me until the end. This could be the wake-up call your body has been needing. But before we begin, wait just a moment. If you care about your health, click the subscribe button and activate notifications, because we share information here that nobody else discusses. If you're following along, please let me know if this video resonates with you as you're watching it right now. Enter 1 in the comment section. Type 0 otherwise. You don't understand how valuable your voice is. Let's begin with the first fruit on our list. Although it's praised for reducing inflammation, seniors might experience the opposite effect. Let's discuss pineapple. The tropical, succulent, and delicious pineapple has long been celebrated as a natural anti-inflammatory due to a compound called bromelain. But here's the surprising twist. Pineapple might be the hidden culprit for seniors, despite the widespread belief that it reduces inflammation. You know, pineapple contains natural sugars and potent acids. Furthermore, those sugars aren't as beneficial as they appear, especially if you're over 60. Let me explain. Our blood vessels become more fragile and sensitive as we age. They no longer respond the same way to sugar increases. Pineapple delivers a natural sugar rush to the bloodstream despite its health benefits. What effect does this have on you? It causes blood sugar levels to spike rapidly. The tiny blood vessels that supply your legs, feet, and muscles may suffer damage from that spike. Your legs receive less oxygen as your circulation worsens over time. What does that lead to? Do you know? Swelling, fatigue, and pain. You experience that dull, dragging discomfort in your legs after a brief walk. Standing causes your knees to become rigid. Even after spending the entire day seated, your ankles begin to ache. There's more. Beyond being sweet, pineapple has an acidic quality, particularly problematic if you already have arthritis or inflammation. That acid can aggravate your joints. It's like adding fuel to flames that are already burning in your knees, hips, and ankles. After consuming pineapple, some individuals even mention that their legs feel weighted down, as though their strength is gradually diminishing. You should also know this. The famous enzyme bromelain can interact with certain medications, especially blood thinners, making them either too potent or ineffective. But here's the most dangerous part. There are no obvious disadvantages to pineapple. No clear symptoms or acute pain are present. Instead, it slowly creeps in until you realize that you can't move as you used to. The most disheartening aspect? Most seniors are unaware that their yearly leg weakness might be caused by the fruit they eat for health. What can you do? While you shouldn't completely eliminate pineapple, you should limit your consumption, particularly if you've been dealing with chronic leg pain or unexplained swelling. The damage is modest, but real. What about the next fruit? If pineapple, which has anti-inflammatory properties, can be this harmful for aging legs, it's delicious, soft, and famous for boosting potassium and muscle strength. But it might be deceiving. Let's discuss bananas. Soft, sweet, and rich in potassium, bananas are considered an excellent food. They're supposed to support muscles, provide energy, and prevent cramps. However, for seniors, things are different. Bananas are abundant in naturally occurring sugar and rapidly digesting carbohydrates. This means that your body begins to resist insulin, and your blood sugar levels rise immediately after eating. Your legs suffer when this happens repeatedly, because circulation weakens and inflammation increases. Leg heaviness after meals, stiff calves, and dull aching when walking or climbing stairs are all potential symptoms. That's not everything, though. Bananas also promote fluid retention, particularly in individuals with heart conditions. Rigid joints, swollen feet, and swollen ankles result from this. It has a silent effect. You consume bananas thinking they're beneficial for your muscles. Instead, they might be gradually weakening you. The worst part? Over time, consuming bananas can cause additional pain and difficulty moving around. However, this effect won't be noticed immediately. If your legs are frequently heavy, painful, or swollen, consider the fruits on your plate. Bananas aren't as friendly as they appear. What if something even smaller had the same power? Mussels are known to be supported by bananas. Our next fruit is tiny, charming, and innocent looking, yet it could be burning your joints. Let's discuss grapes. Grapes appear harmless, small, juicy, and easy to eat as a snack. Additionally, they are heart-healthy, antioxidant-rich, and well-regarded. Most people are unaware, though, that eating grapes can cause moderate leg pain, stiffness, and inflammation in seniors. Why? Because fructose, a sugar that is directly processed by the liver and converts into fat and uric acid, is present in grapes and can be hazardous in excessive amounts. The real damage begins when your liver cannot fully process it. Uric acid accumulates in the joints, especially in the toes, ankles, and knees, resulting in sporadic burning, aching, and swelling. Even light walking becomes challenging because of that persistent discomfort. Have you ever experienced nighttime stabbing pain in your big toe? You have unexpectedly rigid calves? Your uric acid levels might rise from something as simple as eating a handful of grapes. Fructose also contributes to your body's persistent inflammation. This results in rigidity, higher pressure, and slower movement. It's also very easy to overindulge with grapes. They are small enough to allow for constant snacking. 2 or 3 cups are consumed before you realize it, and the sugar accumulates rapidly. So, even though grapes might seem like a nutritious snack, as you age, they can gradually weaken, reduce your legs' flexibility, and make movement less comfortable. You now understand what might be hidden beneath that sweetness. Consider this connection if you've been eating grapes regularly and you're becoming more stiff and swollen. Other delicious fruits, however, have the potential to be dangerous. Another is renowned for being hydrating, rich, and vivid, but don't be fooled. It tastes like water, but inside it functions like sugar. Let's discuss watermelon. Light and refreshing, watermelon is a summer and hydration symbol. Could your legs be subtly harmed by this watery fruit? Isn't that strange? Everyone believes that watermelon is an excellent way to stay hydrated. It's mostly water, low in calories, and feels safe. But here's the trick. The glycemic index of watermelon is incredibly high. This means that, like candy, it quickly elevates blood sugar levels. Additionally, seniors suffer serious damage from those frequent sugar spikes, especially to their legs. Let me explain. Your body releases insulin when your blood sugar levels rise rapidly. However, as bodies age, insulin regulation deteriorates. Inflammation is the result, particularly in areas with poor circulation. Where does this appear? Your knees, ankles, and calves. Leg fatigue right after eating, dull soreness on short walks, and chronic ankle swelling are all possible. Stair climbing begins to feel like climbing a mountain. Although watermelon has a gentle texture, inside it wears down your legs like a beautiful trap. It's juicy and refreshing, so most people consume large quantities of it. One slice becomes 2, then 3, increasing the sugar stress and inflammation. It's misleading. Your legs suffer, your circulation deteriorates, and your blood sugar rises even though you believe you are drinking water. Is it true that watermelon keeps seniors hydrated? Or does the discomfort of movement increase somewhat with each bite? If you frequently eat watermelon and your legs have been feeling more fatigued lately, it might be time to reconsider. Let's move on to a fruit that is associated with health and vitamin C. It is included in breakfast, immunity-boosting beverages, and juices. On the other hand, elderly people may suffer from an acidic joint attack. Let's discuss oranges. Oranges, bright and fragrant, they are commonly seen in breakfast plates, drinks, and health supplements. Vitamin C is supposed to help them boost immunity. However, for seniors, especially those over 60, oranges may conceal an unpleasant reality. Your joints don't appreciate the acid that's behind that citrus glow. Citrus is abundant in oranges. Even though it can seem normal, it can irritate your joints quietly, especially if you already have arthritis, stiffness, or inflammation in your body. You might experience chronic hip pain, leg pain after extended sitting, increasing swelling, limited mobility, and gradual morning stiffness in your knees. You might think it's just aging, but the very discomfort you're trying to avoid can be worsened by your healthy morning orange juice habit. This is what happens. The citric acid in oranges has effects beyond your stomach. It enters your bloodstream and can aggravate the sensitive tissues in your joints. It also elevates blood sugar levels when combined with the fruit's natural sugar. The result? Swelling throughout the body. Your knees, ankles, and calves become inflamed, making every step more painful and heavy. As you can see, oranges might not be harmful to younger people, but they have a subtle effect on elderly people who have aging joints and reduced circulation. The worst aspect is that because oranges have long been associated with health, you eat them believing that you're doing something beneficial. However, you now realize that they might not be promoting your well-being. What comes next? This fruit appears crisp, clean, green, and has less sugar. It is considered the safe choice, but it conceals something that might cause hip pain, tight knees, and cramps at night. Now let's discuss green apples. Green apples have a natural crisp and clean appearance. Because they taste less sweet, most people, especially seniors, think they're the healthier choice. They seem to be a low-sugar, healthful snack. Most people are unaware, though, that green apples can quietly induce leg pain, stiffness, and fatigue. Malic acid and hidden natural sugar are the two threats. Let's discuss malic acid first. The sour taste of green apples is caused by this acid. It's fine for younger people, but it can be problematic for older people's digestion. When malic acid enters the body, it can irritate tissues, including joints, and as we age, our gut lining becomes more sensitive. Some older individuals experience excruciating hip or thigh discomfort after eating apples. Others experience rigidity in their knees or a slight burning in their feet. It begins slowly, but as the acid accumulates, pain becomes more frequent. The sugar comes next. Even though green apples don't taste as sweet as red apples, they still contain natural sugars. Older adults with weaker metabolisms experience blood sugar fluctuations as a result of that sugar. Calves that are fatigued, nighttime leg cramps, stiffness in the morning, or weakness when climbing stairs are all possible. The most difficult part is that green apples are frequently eaten raw, as a snack, or even right before bed, which has a continuous impact on the body. Green apples might be gently making walking more difficult, stiffening joints, and making evenings more restless for aging bodies, despite their seemingly healthy and pure appearance. What about a rich tropical fruit that is incredibly sweet? If something as simple as an apple can do this, what about the most popular fruit? Let's discuss the mango, the real sugar bomb. Mango, soft, juicy, and nearly candy-like. This fruit is enjoyed by almost everyone, especially in summer. But here's the reality. For elderly people who have leg pain and joint weakness, mangoes might be the most dangerous fruit. Why? Because it has an abundance of natural sugar in it. Not a little, but a big sugar rush that raises your blood sugar levels rapidly and dramatically. If you're under 30 and active, your body can usually handle that increase. But your metabolism changes after age 60. Insulin spikes and then crashes as a result of that sugar surge. Your body creates inflammation deep within your joints every time this happens, especially in the soft tissues around your knees, hips, and ankles. You might experience burning in your toes, tingling that doesn't disappear, evening swelling around your feet, or creeping heaviness in your legs. If you have nerve problems, mango doesn't seem like a substantial meal. It tastes light and feels fresh, so it's simple to eat more of it, which worsens the situation. The trick is that for your body, the feeling of lightness is meaningless. Its reaction is triggered by the sugar, which over time can result in unstable legs, joint pain, and slow walking. Mangoes are considered a natural delight by many seniors. It's natural, but that doesn't mean it's healthy for aged joints and poor circulation. You've seen the complete picture now. Even though 7 fruits are praised for their health benefits, there are drawbacks for those over 60. The good news is here. The opposite is true for some fruits. They combat inflammation, lessen joint pain, and encourage strong, robust legs. Let's discuss those healing options and what seniors should eat instead. Let's discuss what you can eat. Now that you know which fruits to avoid, let's talk about what you can eat. Because eating the right fruits does more than just satisfy your appetite. Your body is healed by them. Let's start by discussing berries. Blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries, among others. These small fruits have powerful anti-inflammatory properties. They are low in sugar, rich in antioxidants, and gentle to blood sugar levels. Most importantly, they improve circulation, especially in the legs. They lessen swelling, combat stiffness, and encourage more movement. Cherries next, but sparingly. By lowering uric acid, cherries can reduce the chance of gout flare-ups and joint discomfort. They reduce burning sensations in the knees and toes, as well as aching joints. You can get significant relief from just a handful of cherries. Next is avocado. Yes, it is a fruit, and among the best for maintaining healthy joints. Why? Because it has plenty of healthy fats that cushion your joints and lower internal inflammation. It also aids in insulin regulation, resulting in consistent energy without blood sugar swings. Are you looking for something that is simple to eat? Give papaya a try. Enzymes included in this soft tropical fruit help with digestion and inflammation reduction. It is easy on the stomach and gentle to aged joints. Remember pears too. Eat them with a small amount of protein or fiber. They add a touch of sweetness without being overly sweet. They give you energy without putting too much strain on your legs. Instead of harming your body, each of these fruits helps it. They don't make you swell or feel uncomfortable. They give your body the vitality, equilibrium, and calm it needs. It's not only about eating fruit, remember? It all comes down to choosing the right ones for your age. Fruits that are currently good for your body. And when you make those deliberate decisions, you'll notice the difference. Clearer mornings, smoother movements, and firmer steps. Let's wrap up with some parting advice and a message, just for you. If you've read this far, I can tell you're concerned about your health, strength, and future. And I want you to clearly hear this. You still have time to change. You have time to get better. And you're not alone. Growing older is difficult, The gradual development of pain, stiffness, and fear of falling can sometimes give you the impression that your body is disappearing. But here's the truth. Instead of taking drastic measures, you can take control by making sensible, small changes. One choice, one meal, and one fruit at a time. Although the fruits we discussed today aren't always bad for you, they might not be the best for you right now. And that's okay, because growing older doesn't mean that you have to give up. The goal is to become more intelligent. You'll see a change when you start eating with awareness and choose foods that promote joints, strength, and circulation, lighter steps, smoother mornings, increased flexibility, and less pain. That's what we want, not fear or limitations. I want to hear from you now. In the comments box, let us know what you learned today and what change you're willing to make. Let's support one another, since sharing makes us all better. If this video helped or even marginally opened your eyes, please click the like button. To be sure you don't miss any information that could improve your health, subscribe before you leave. Turn on your notifications. If you found this video helpful, please type 1. Type 0 otherwise. You don't realize how important your comment is. Remain resilient and watchful. Remember that your independence is carried